final United Nations victory has been won. The war is over. Peace is here.
What events led to the liberation of the Philippines in 1945 during World War II?
Around January, American planes are flying and they're throwing leaflets saying, "Your liberation is at hand."
Filipino guerrillas were instrumental in the success of the Allied forces. Salome Calderon was only 17 years old when she served in an intelligence unit of the Hunters ROTC of Rizal. Salome's call sign in the guerrillas was the Lady Hunter.
Lahat ng member ng Hunters dito sa Rizal, halos kilala ko. Kasi lahat nagdadaan sa akin sila. Pagka nagbombahan sa Metro Manila, sa Manila, lahat ng guerrilla around Manila, alerto yan. Lumapit sa amin yung Amerikano, PO to raise the flag, sabi niya gano'n. Di pinigay sa akin yung bandera, tinaas ko ng bandera.
On February 3rd, 1945, the Battle of Manila commenced.
For me, one of the most interesting things was about throughout the long Japanese occupation, there remained a hope that the American forces would come back and that the American forces would deliver on the promise that Douglas MacArthur had made, which was, "I shall return." And despite the terrible conditions throughout the Japanese occupation, so many here in the Philippines held on to that hope. America did, in fact, return.
On March 3rd, 1945, the liberation of Manila was complete. But the fighting between the Allied forces and the Japanese continued until Emperor Hirohito announced the Japanese surrender on August 15, 1945. On September 2nd, 1945, aboard the USS Missouri, Japan officially surrendered.
Battleship Missouri, 53,000-ton flagship of Admiral Halsey's Third Fleet, becomes the scene of an unforgettable ceremony marking the complete and formal surrender of Japan.
As President of the United States, I proclaim September the 2nd, 1945, to be VJ Day, the day of the formal surrender of Japan. And our thoughts go out to our gallant allies in this war, to those who resisted the invaders. This is a victory of more than arms alone. This is a victory of liberty over tyranny. We move toward a new and better world.
On September 3rd, 1945, General Tomoyuki Yamashita, commander of the Japanese military forces in the Philippines, signed the surrender documents at the American High Commissioner's residence in Camp John Hay, Baguio City.
September 3 is Victory Day in the Philippines, precisely to mark not only the end of World War II in the Philippines historically, but the surrender of the war criminal Yamashita.
My big thing is trying to preserve the memory of World War II. I think these lessons, these have to be learned, that there was tremendous sacrifice, and so I just think it's very important to learn about the war.
To this day, the United States continues to honor Filipino war veterans with the U.S. Congressional Gold Medal, America's highest civilian honor. "75 years since the end of the Second World War, the United States and the Philippines continue to be friends, partners, and allies for freedom.